All right, let's move on to another one. James Robinson. He's going pretty low overall. But even at 170, I just have a hard time buying him coming off that Achilles injury. I like James Robinson, but he got hurt mid-year, and he now has Travis Etienne back and healthy. I am just not necessarily buying James Robinson at this price. I'm not necessarily buying running backs at this price. I'd rather have Brian Robinson. I'd rather have Tyrion Davis-Price. I'd rather have Kenny Gainwell if it kind of gets to that. And I'd just rather draft wide receivers in this range than draft a James Robinson. I could be wrong. I'm going pretty naked on ETN. I think he's going to stay healthy this year, and if he does, I have no doubt he will command the featured role there, kind of leaving Robinson as a handcuff. If injuries hit and Robinson takes over, then you guys maybe win on this pick, but there's also a chance, even if ETN does get hurt again, Robinson is not going to be good to go. So I'm just fading him, fading that injury risk there at 171. All right, so this one's a tough one. Christian Watson and Alan Lazard. I am fading both. I'll grab Sammy Watkins in the 18th round, but I'm just not too interested in any of these Packers wide receivers from a season-long standpoint. I do like Christian Watson long-term as sort of an upside play. 4.36. Look at this. Look at this. Combine. 38-inch vertical, 136 broad. 4.36. 40-yard dash at 208, 210 pounds. So this guy's a monster. I just think he might need more time. I think we could see Sammy Watkins on the field. I think we could see a lot more running, a lot more of the running game this year with Dylan and Aaron Jones if they both stay healthy. And maybe a little Tanyan and Josiah DeGuara action, 2 tight end sets. So I would be skeptical that Christian Watson is going to put up huge numbers in year one. Lazard probably has better odds here. He's actually been pretty solid the last 3 years from a, general upside standpoint. I see the vision on why people are drafting him. I'm going to be way underweight on him. I don't necessarily love the upside there. I think Rodgers is going to have a lower end year than the previous couple years without Davante Adams. I don't think there is a Davante Adams replacement on this roster. So I am fading Packers wide receivers, buying Aaron Jones, buying A.J. Dillon, buying a little Bob Tanyan, a little bit, buying a little Josiah DeGuara, getting out there and getting snaps. So maybe a little more 2 wide receiver sets from this Packers team. And the last one, Darren Waller. And this has nothing to do with Waller's talent. It has to do with his situation. I love Darren Waller, super talented guy. He was heading towards another 1,000-yard season if he stayed healthy last year. Again, coming off back-to-back seasons with 90-plus targets and only played 11 games in 2021. So I'm liking Darren Waller still. They traded for Davante Adams. They re-signed Hunter Renfrow. And they have, a few nice running backs that can contribute in the passing game here. I just think Derek Carr's ceiling is not necessarily huge. I do think he can throw for 4,500 to 4,800 passing yards in 2022. But Hunter Renfrow, I think he's going to keep that slot role, which he was so effective in last year. He's Derek Carr's top target in the slot now, I believe, which kind of takes the underneath of Waller's production. He in 2020, 2020 and 2019, Renfrow hadn't fully emerged yet, and it was sort of the Darren Waller show underneath as well. So maybe we see Waller get a little more vertical this year, which we absolutely know he can do. Maybe we see him in the red zone more this year, and if he gets a few more touchdowns than I'm expecting, he could hit value here. But based on what I'm looking at, target share, things like that, and just how this offense is going to run on a week-to-week basis, I think Renfrow and Adams are going to command a lot of target share. So it's going to be those three, but I think that's going to hurt all of them. Like, I'm not buying Adams necessarily at his price either. So the only ship that's rising here is Derek Carr. So I like Carr. I don't love the immense upside. I don't see 5,000 yards and 40 passing touchdowns in his future, but 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns is certainly in play with this offense and set up around him. But, you know, at 40 overall, again, we're looking at that tier of players I like. So he's getting drafted right around Mahomes, Travis Etienne, Judy, Ezekiel Elliott. I'm just drafting those guys over Waller just about every time and waiting on tight end. And maybe I can get, Dawson Knox, TJ Hawkinson, Gronk, Freiermuth, Gesicki, Irv Smith, Cole Kmet, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or I'll take Kelsey, Andrews, or Pitts. So, again, like the talent of Waller, I just don't love the price tag this year considering his offense. So, I think that's it for us today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me today. As I said before, if you liked what I provided today, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. And if you're over at Fantasy Guru, thank you for checking out the article, and I'll see you next time.